So we're just finishing up with our second print since replacing this, we'll call it semi-temporary power cord. And so far everything's running as expected. We are running a different hot end, one off Amazon. So I do have to order some more replacements on the way from Elegoo, so I can keep it consistent with what I tuned for. So I don't know if there'll be any slight differences. The first one of these I printed did have a slight layer shift. I will show you, and that could be something to do with the belt. So we'll kind of look into that in this series as well. Just behind me, we are printing out the riser from Jesus Freak. Thank you for supplying those files. I was able to modify a little bit, and I added a feature in there that'll help me tuck away the original cable until I get this thing sorted out. But yeah, now that I have to have this up, as you can see, I can't run the normal glass as it comes, so I have to build the riser now. So we'll kind of update you on how this is going. So we've taken the printer on a jog, and we printed out a few little test examples. The last thing I was printing before I got my Era 103 associated with this power cord is I was printing out this magnetic rolling tray I've been working on, slide magnets in the back, pop a rolling tray in here, and it failed right at the tippy top of finishing the top layer. It still kind of looks cool, but it's definitely not the right dimensional accuracy for what this product is supposed to be. So I'm going to reprint this out right now, and this thing is going to be on a 9-hour journey with our new replacement temporary power cable, and we'll see just how this holds up and what our finished product is going to look like. Now, the very first thing I printed after fixing the anomaly was one of my little joint kind of little travel cases here, and I did have a slight layer shift, which I had never had happen on this printer before. Now, this could be due to the fact that I did not run the auto leveling, but it actually laid out really good, and we'll continue to monitor this throughout its long 9-hour journey ahead of us. Okay, so we're looking at about 109 hours total on my Centauri Carbon. I just finished putting 14 hours on it after fixing this temporary fix with the print head USB-C power cord failure. So this is now my first longest print. This is about a 9.5-hour print. It just got finished. The details are looking about as expected. The only minor hiccup I noticed is kind of right there is something funky going on, but we'll get this out and take a closer look at it. But so far I'm happy this is at least working again with just, only the 100 hours we have on already having an issue. So let's pull this out, take a closer look. So here it is, still hot on the build plate, still very much intact with PETG. We're gonna pop this loose. And always put your build plate back immediately. You never want to run the risk of starting a new build without that plate on there. So the print detail is looking pretty good. I was testing out the Hilbert curve as the top surface, just to kind of give it something a little different look than the actual layer lines themselves. And we have this somewhat diamond pattern. I'm sorry, it's a circular pattern on the outside. So, yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, but that is not the same detail that arose the first time I ran that print. Oh, you know what, actually? There is a little bit of something there. So that is maybe no fault to the printer. That could just be the way that this file, the G code, ran this. I might have to kind of play around with that. So actually, that being said, I think the quality is pretty spot on for what we need. What we're kind of looking at here is a magnetic rolling tray. The magnet's kind of sliding in through the side here. Your rolling tray goes on there. You can keep all your goodies on this, and it'll be available at budbaseshop.com in the coming weeks. So we're gonna go ahead and load up. I got one other part I gotta print for this that I have to go load up, and we'll do a couple more hours with this. Here's what our bottom is looking like. Now, I might have mentioned earlier that my print failed. Right before my print head cord failed, it was on this print, which is the first time I was trying to print this out. And I noticed there was a lot of things really wrong with this one when I got to it. So you can see the bottom had some issues here. I don't know what was going on. And on the top surface over here, there's a little bit of some damage there. And I'm not seeing any of that on this one. So I will say, look out, you know, if you're seeing things like that pop up, maybe that's a telltale sign that there's an issue with that power cord. Could be something adjacently associated with that. So just keep that in mind. I could definitely feel it's coming up here like right now, but it did come off. All right, so this is working really well. I've done 3 of the sides so far. I'm gonna do the last side in real time just to kind of give you an idea of how I'm doing this. So I'm just kind of giving each fin just kind of a firm, not too aggressive, but just a firm little strike here to kind of loosen it up. And then if you come to the front, you can kind of grab this and just loosen it like that. And now your vent is working. So all of our vents are functional on each side. This is looking pretty good. So let's go ahead and whenever this Centauri Carbon is finished with my next little chopstick prints here for my rolling tray, then we're gonna go ahead and load this up on here and test it out. Functions really well on this model, and as it should. Jesus Freak, shout out to you for designing this. You did a really wonderful job. The creator also left the step file available so you can make modifications. I actually added one slight zip tie mounting spot right here. So that way I can just kind of zip tie any cords out of the way that have a little channel at the back here. So we're actually gonna install this and see how it fits up. Okay, so the reason for that zip tie mount for my sake was actually due to the fact that whenever this extruder moves back into the poop chute, this cable gets really close to the back wall here. So I really just wanted to zip tie it up out of the way and have it make a swift escape out the back. And this is the old failed cable. It's you'll find if you have this issue, it's going to be kind of a pain to unroute that cable. So for me, that's the easiest fix for the time being, is just get that out the way. Now you can see our vents are functioning properly. Let's put you back on the mount and we'll put the glass on. All right, so moment of truth, we'll see if the glass will fit up here. And it appears that it does. And we are just within a just about perfect height to clear our cable. Now, I actually had to make another adjustment to this. I made this about, I think, 1.5 mm to 2 mm taller because you could see in there the print cable really comes close to the top, right? So whenever this thing's moving around, we don't want it hitting this. So we just got it right at the right height. So that worked out well. So a long time coming for that riser upgrade. Looks like I had to do that no matter what. The vents work really well, I have to say. Props to the designer for making this thing. Works out really well. So anyway, we'll keep you updated as we move along with this Centauri Carbon. But so far, so good. 15 hours on the new print head upgrade. Or I'm sorry, not even an upgrade, but the print head fix with that new USB 240 watt. So all right, guys, I just want to show off this beautiful monstrosity. While I'm waiting for this print to finish, I just wanted to make something to make both of our lives a little easier. So I use a quad lock case, so I have this 3D printed quad lock mount. Now, if I just snap my phone right into here, then now I can actually talk to you guys hands-free using the tripod. And then I have additional lighting right here. If we want to click on our little tripod light, we can. So now I can actually get into frame and talk to you guys and we can actually get some better vantage points and things. Now, if I want to get a little closer and I don't want to use the big boy tripod, I did come up with an alternative. So let me show you that. So all we have to do is loosen up our little screw here on the big boy tripod. And now we got little Johnny here, and I'll set that up, show you what that looks like. So little Johnny looks like this here, and now I can just tripod my phone kind of a little closer and get you guys a little bit better angle. Now again, I can put this accessory lighting on. It might not be the best view, but it's better than no light. So now we have a little bit of additional lighting. Oh, that's gonna be pretty good, I think. And now I can actually get into frame again. We can talk about what we're looking at a little bit more in detail, and get everything actually in frame. So hopefully this works out. All right, so this is the last object that came out of the Centauri Carbon by Elegoo, and this is looking pretty good. It's kind of like a prototype I'm working on for a rolling tray, and it's got a nice design on the outside of it. It's got some anti-skid feet on the bottom, and the rolling tray magnetizes right in there like that, and it holds it in nice and steady for you. Plenty of spots for extra things. It's on here like grinder, concentrate, joints. Underneath here you can fit plenty of other papers and other rolling paraphernalia right down in the bottom. So this is kind of the working prototype that we got working out. This should be available on budbaseshop.com very soon. Happy printing, guys.